Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly Vega Fairground, or previously called Testnet Jam. My name is Dagan. I'm one of the community managers at Vega. You might recognize me from weekly newsletters here and there on Discord or previous Fairground jams. And this is an ongoing series. It takes place every Thursday at 6 p.m. UTC or GMT. And we usually take a deep dive into a different aspect of Vega with members of the Vega team or special guests. And we have a special guest today. So this week we have two guests, and we're not focusing on the guests, we're focusing on the desktop wallet, which we're now officially launching today. But it's been around on the GitHub, Vega GitHub for a while, and those of you that have been sneaking around and snooping, you would have seen it sooner. But the two people we have here today are Chris, our developer advocate, long-term developer advocate. You might have seen him if you've been getting involved in the hackathons or just building anything on top of Vega. And then we also have a new joiner, Sunny, who will also be able to introduce himself very soon and talk about a bit about what he'll be doing as another developer advocate within the team. So yeah, as I said earlier, the focus of today's session will be about staking, and it'll be not staking the desktop wallet, but staking with the desktop wallet. So we'll give you another demonstration. We gave you one, I think, a few weeks ago as well with the wallet team who built this thing, but now it's ready to release, and now a lot of stuff, some changes have happened. And so I'd like to do another little walkthrough. If you have any questions, you're always free to ask them and in the Twitch chat. And then we answer the questions at the end of the call or during the call if they're particularly relevant. So that's the introduction out of the way. And I guess we should begin. So over to you both, Chris and Sunny. Would you like to introduce yourselves? We'll start with Chris and then go over to Sunny.
Hi, thanks, Dagan. As you may have heard, yeah, I'm Chris. I'm a developer advocate here at Vega. I've been recently on the road at ETH Denver, so hi to anybody I met along the way. But my role here at Vega is primarily involving getting people to build on Vega and testing out all of the great technology that we're producing. So I've been around the project for several years and written a lot of code in the core. And looking forward to seeing this network and all of the technology we build flourish in the years to come. I'm privileged to welcome Sunny to the community team. So without further ado, I'll let Sunny introduce himself and talk a little bit about his background.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, guys. So I came from the traditional finance world originally. So I was a trader at a bank. And then I made a 180-degree turn into the world of tech startups. And although I didn't plan it, as it happened, when all these new DeFi projects started popping up, I had kind of the background, a little bit of a background in tech, a little bit of a background in finance. And once I got over my initial skepticism, I realized that there's actually some really substantive things being built. And so as I started getting more interested, I started wanting to get involved myself in some of these projects, and that's kind of led me to where I am today.
Fantastic. What a journey that you've got so far, coming almost perfectly to a decentralized network like ourselves and that we're building. Yeah, I've got a few more questions for you, and yeah, hopefully this won't put you too much on the spot. What do you like about Vega? What attracted you to join this project?
Yeah, so I think this is best illustrated with actually a story from when I was at a bank myself. So I was a graduate and I'd just joined, and I was shadowing a derivatives trader. And this derivatives trader is telling me about his job. And while he's telling me, he's got 8 screens of market data. And he's looking at market data and he's saying, this is why the vast majority of people that trade from home lose their money, because look at the informational advantage I have. Kind of look at all these streams of information I have that they just don't have access to. And part of that is obviously, he was part of a big organization, but part of that comes with the way centralized finance is set up. And so when I came across Vega, I thought back to kind of those experiences, and I realized the potential that a kind of decentralized network could have in the kind of derivative space. And so that was my initial interest. And then obviously I met Chris, I met Anna, and after meeting these guys, I thought that this would be a great place for me to join.
Wow, that's a really perfect again journey that you've come along, and I know what you mean about the sort of informational advantage, or particularly in CAX. I've seen it myself, not been a trader, but I know from being in this technology that obviously data does give you an advantage, and speed, especially in CAXs and algo trading, does give you an advantage. And it may be something like the technology of Vega will level that playing field. We certainly hope so, and provide a bit more fairness, or different options for people trading all around the world, and maybe give a different view on which data is important as well. So yeah, that's super cool, and I'm glad that you jumped ship. Although when you've joined Vega, you're going to be doing something slightly different. You're going to be in the community team. What sort of things are you working on at the moment? What have you got stuck into this week?
Yeah, so my role, a lot like Chris's, is to kind of encourage people and help people build on top of Vega. And so in terms of that, I've been kind of firstly getting to grips myself, and then also we've been planning, what we can do around incentives and new things that are coming up that will assist people in like building cool things. And I've already been surprised by kind of the things that have been built by the community, some really sophisticated stuff. So, I mean, hopefully we can keep that coming.
Yeah, definitely. I know we've had lots of conversations this week, and trying to share that knowledge between us has been great so far, and hoping that we've had some talks about rebooting the Builders Club and getting that onto a regular meetup, because that was super popular earlier this year. And then we were trying to come up with a better format and take on feedback from the community. So Sonny, I think, was going to be really involved in that, and help speak to everybody who's building on Vega, and help support, as well as ensuring that he learns from what you're saying. Like we're constantly learning anyway with this technology as new stuff's coming online. Yeah, so the next question I have is kind of a tell us a sort of cool fact or something funny about yourself. Is there anything that you think you could share? It doesn't have to be related to Vega. Just get to know Sonny a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit of a left field one, but for those that are not UK or London based, in London we have the West End, which is like full of theatres and plays and stuff. And when I was a kid, I was actually part of a West End play. I was part of a show, so I had to do, it was like school, and then on the busy weeks I was doing like 8 shows a week. I got to get Wednesdays off school, like free McDonald's, and then go show, and then it finished quite late. It was a bit of a weird schedule for a 9-year-old kid, but yeah, I did that for a few years.
That is truly amazing. Genuinely first heard this here, and yeah, if we're ever needing an actor, I know who we need to go and see. Childhood prodigy. That's amazing. West End's such a big deal. I know people in my family, they're very keen to go and see shows, and that must have been a real privilege as well to be part of that, and quite, like you say, exhausting as well as doing your schoolwork.
Yeah, it was super fun. It was super fun though. And but yeah, in terms of my acting skills, very, very out of practice. So yeah.
Yeah, I think trading and acting, they're slightly far away, but maybe in YouTube they're not. I don't know. Anyway, we won't go there. So yeah, that's super cool. I'm really glad that you shared that with us. And I guess sort of like, would you give us any share with the community any first impressions that you've had with, like, you've only been here a few days, and don't be too mean on me. I'm live on the internet here.
No, yeah, I mean, I know that this is like a cliche thing to say, but I have been given a very warm welcome to Vega, and I've also been, you would think, when you come into the team, I've already knew a few members of the team, but in my first week, I've had to kind of reach out to people from different divisions, which I was a bit apprehensive about, and they could have, very rightly, politely said, not my job, but everyone was like has been willing to help. And yeah, I've really loved the kind of atmosphere here so far. And the other thing is that in 1 week, I've already seen some pretty cool stuff being built. And yeah, on that note, I think that's over to you, Chris.
Yeah, that's a good cue for me to start talking about the desktop wallet, which amazingly, Sunny's helping write a great blog article about now as part of the release for this. So the engineering team have, you've probably already seen this on previous Fairground jams, but if you haven't, check back in the playlist if you're watching this after the fact, or have a look now and queue them up afterwards. We've already started talking a long time ago about the CLI wallet, which is designed as quite an advanced tool. The first thing that the engineering team produced so that people can interact with Vega networks. Vega wallet itself has many functions and features, from whether you're a validator or whether you're just someone with some tokens wanting to stake them or someone wanting to trade. But the natural evolution of that was to build and produce the desktop wallet. And the desktop wallet is a UI wallet. It runs in your operating system, Mac, Linux, and Windows. It's super hot off the press. It's been a little bit in early pre-release for a month. And so, like Dagan mentioned at the beginning, eagle-eyed or super early keen adopters will have been able to get hold of that. It's open source. It's available on a GitHub, and I'll show that in a second. But it's now ready for its first real baptism in the wilds of the internet. It's not feature complete. You know, there's a roadmap, and Sunny's going to be putting some of this information on the blog of what features are in now, and we'll try and keep it up to date and where it's going to go. As you can imagine, there are many projects within sub-projects within Vega. So Vega Wallet is something that is getting a lot of love, and we'll just keep iterating on as we get feedback, etc. And it's super useful for anyone who doesn't really want to run a wallet on a command line for whatever reason. You know, we had a lot of feedbacks from people saying it was great, you know, it's really powerful, it just worked, you could just run it in the command line, etc. But also we've had feedback with people saying, when wallet, when desktop wallet, you know, I just want to run an app and click a few buttons and it just does the thing. It's, you know, something for everybody. And I've enjoyed using this over the last month. You know, I've been using it since it first came out. I've got a multitude of different operating systems, so Mac, Linux, and Windows. Today, I'm going to give a little demo, as was mentioned, around the desktop wallet. I'll talk about where to get it, and I'll also show how to stake some Vega using the desktop wallet on Fairground. So I'm just going to pause and switch over to my Windows machine. I'll turn off my camera just to save a bit of bandwidth, but I'll talk to you on the other computer. I'll check with Sunny in a second just to make sure that the audio is coming through okay, so bear with me. Hi, Sunny. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, you had a bit of echo, but all good now.
Great, I'll go ahead, share my screen. And obviously, Sunny, if you want to ask any questions or jump in, please do, but hopefully I can just get on with this. So hopefully you see my screen. Is that coming through okay, Sunny?
Yeah.
Great, so I'm on Windows. I don't normally run Windows much, but I have other machines, as I mentioned. And very soon you'll be able to go to vega.xyz, and you'll be able to click a small link somewhere on the top right or on this main screen that shows you, takes you directly how to get the Vega wallet, and either the CLI wallet or the desktop wallet. But for now, if you want to go and get hold of this amazing little piece of technology, head over to the Vega protocol GitHub, which is just github.com/Vega protocol, or you can go to Google and just type Vega protocol GitHub, or any other search engine for that matter. And then over here in Find Repositories, little search box in the middle, just put desktop. It should appear. Click on desktop wallet, and then you get the release pages, sorry, the README pages for this. And this is bleeding edge, but just like with the CLI wallet, you need to head over here to this section on the right, which is releases. Click on releases, and it will give the latest version, which is 0.1.1. And just like we did with the other one, with the Fly wallet, you've got a selection of different links. I think hopefully in Sunny's blog, when it's live in the next few days, we'll have links directly to this page with a little bit more information on which one to choose. But for this, machine, I'm on Windows, and I'm AMD 64, so I'm an Intel box or AMD, so that's the one I would choose. If I was on Linux, one of the distros there, I would choose this one for Intel. And then quite commonly these days, most users we talk to are on Mac. You've got two choices. You've got ARM 64 or AMD 64. If you hit any problems with new M1 hardware, just jump on Discord. So vega.xyz/Discord will get you into our server and we can give you a helping hand. Likewise for any of the other different options that you've got there. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, we'll download one of these, we'll download AMD 64. And all it is at the moment, to keep things simple, I open this folder, is an exe file. So what you need to do once you've downloaded it into downloads is just extract it. In one of the previous videos, I did a demo of the Vega wallet, and what I've sort of recommended as a simple thing is to choose a folder in a location where you'll be able to easily remember it's there and get to it, whether that's in your in your documents or in desktop or something like that. And you can see I've created two folders. So the one previously I mentioned was Vega wallet for the command line wallet. Then I created another folder when I extracted it onto the desktop here called desktop wallet, Vega wallet/desktop. So all you need to do is extract that. There's no installer or anything at this point. That might come along very soon. So that's as easy as it is to get the actual the application. So once it's been installed, it will appear here, vegawallet.exe. Extracted rather than installed at this case. And you should just be able to run it. And you can see on the right hand side here, I've already run the wallet just for this demo. And one thing to note with this very early release of Vega Wallet is that the first time that you run it on Windows, it's possible, even though this is a signed binary, so Vega has signed the binary correctly, it's all authenticated, you may get some error messages such as Windows has protected your PC from Defender Smart Screen. We're working on getting rid of this, but it's not a virus protection. It's not Defender itself saying there's a virus within this app. It's something that is checking the reputation of the app. And we're looking to improve this as more people install it. This should go away. All you need to do to actually run the application this first time, it only happens once, is to click on more info. This is Windows only, and then go and then click the run anyway button. So like I say, in a future release, hopefully we'll repair this or fix this. It is signed by Kowalski Labs, but for some reason, the Smart Screen Defender reputation is not high enough that we don't get this message. I think it's because it's new. So once it's run, the first time you see this sort of screen, a little application will run and will appear. I've obviously run it before, but you'll be presented with a home screen that looks like this. And if you had previously run the terminal wallet, the CLI wallet, you'll get this amazing little button called Use Existing. If you click that, Use Existing will pick up any wallets that you've had before, which is what happened for me on this machine. Just click Use Existing. It already picked up the ones we had, and then you just have to put in password details, obviously for that wallet, and then it will let you in. If you haven't used a desktop wallet before and you're a new user, or you want to recover it using your recovery phrase that you've written down previously, maybe on another machine, or you've deleted this machine, you can use these two options here. And it's super intuitive, really easy to run through. And like I said, we talked through that a little bit in the past. So I've run this wallet before. I have an existing Vega Demo 1 wallet. I've unlocked it. The default will be when you come in here that the wallet will be locked, and you can have many accounts within here, or many wallets. If you want to unlock it, you just enter the password. And then if you have more keys, it will show you them here. So I don't want to generate any more keys at the moment. I'm happy with one. And that's it, the wallet's running. One thing to note is that you do need to run this application and keep it running whilst you're doing any activities on token website or any trading on console or anything like that. You do need to keep it running. If you shut it down, it won't be running and you won't be able to do anything. So little quick tour of some of the features that we'll use today. If we wanted to create a new wallet, we could use this button, but we're not going to. If you want to import another one within here by recovery phase, you can use this button here. Again, we're not going to do that. But today we're particularly interested in using Fairground as the wallet itself running on this web address. And if you click the little arrow on the bottom right hand side, it brings up this nice little panel that talks about the different networks that you can have and the different connection details. You don't need to worry too much about this. It's all configured correctly at the moment for testnet, for Fairground. If you wanted to run console itself directly from here, run it locally, you can click start and that will do that for you. If you want to get hold of more networks, you can click manage networks and you can add more or import more using the details you'll find on docs.vega.xyz. So moving quickly on to staking, which is probably really interesting for anybody who's new or anybody who hasn't yet staked any Vega. We're going to do a little demo of this on Fairground, and I'm going to use MetaMask. I'm going to use a wallet that I've got set up and the Vega Demo 1 account. So one of the first things that we need to do is just have a look at my MetaMask, and I've got 0.2475 ETH. So I've got some ETH doing ERC20 transactions, and I've got 107.4 Vega already loaded into my wallet. There are a couple of ways you can get this on testnet, and the same with Wopstony if you need a faucet. On Fairground, as you've seen before, many incentives and many videos. We talked about how you can faucet 5 Vega, I think, every 24 hours, really conveniently through console. So if I just switch over to console, I'll show how you get hold of that. So if you go to console.fairground.wtf, or as I showed you in the little panel, handy little panel, you can run it yourself. Some browsers don't like connecting to a local wallet. Safari, etc., will block access to local services like this one here, the HTTP 127.0.0.1. So that's why if you're having problems connecting, in a second when you connect to your Vega wallet, we advise running it directly through here. And that'll open your default browser, Firefox or Safari, etc., and connect to a local version of console, which will be able to connect to this Vega wallet instance that you're running here. But with Chrome, or my Chrome on Windows, it does work. I can connect to it. So I'm at the actual hosted web address here. I've connected to Vega Demo 1, which is just connect. And then, in fact, I'll show you what to do. I'll just disconnect here. So this is in, you come into it blank, connect in. I'm going to select local wallet, and then I'm going to put Vega Demo 1 into my passphrase and click connect. And there we are. We've got a connection between console for Fairground and my local wallet, which is fantastic. And then if you wanted to faucet some Vega, you click manage and then go to Vega testnet and deposit, withdraw. And then obviously we want to get hold of some. So we go to deposit. It says I've got 107.4. And what's really important here is that you get Vega opens MetaMask, this little link here. I've already done this once today, so within the last 24 hours anyway. So when I click this, it brings up MetaMask, and it says this transaction is expected to fail. And it's giving me 0.37 ETH, etc. I don't have enough Ethereum in my wallet, but when it says this, it says this transaction is expected to fail. It means that you've already, more than likely means that you've already got 5 Vega testnet Vegas, that is, from the faucet within the last 24 hours, and you just need to wait. I've had a few people on the community forums and a few people within Vega actually hit this problem and go, oh, I don't understand why I can't do it, I haven't enough funds, etc. And it's just likely that it's rate limited use. So normally when you do this, it won't show this transaction will fail, and it will be a very low amount of ETH. This is quite a lot. It will be 0.002 or something like that. So for now, I've already done that. I already have 107.4 Vega. So testnet terms, I've got some ready to go, and I'd love to stake that onto one of the validators on testnet. For that, I don't need to deposit it to the Vega network itself here to be used as collateral like you would with something like TDAI. But what I do need to do is I need to go over to the token website for Fairground, which is token.fairground.wtf. And again, you might need to run this via the wallet if your browser won't allow you. But in this case, Chrome will allow local connections in my Windows machine to my Vega wallet. So when you go there, you're presented with this very familiar screen. It's very similar to token.vega.xyz if you've seen that portal, which a lot of you will have. First thing to do is connect my Ethereum side of Vega, which is MetaMask in my case. So I say injected. And it says, aha, okay, I've not seen this address before. Is it okay to connect to this website with MetaMask? I say yes. And say, okay, I want to connect. And then it can see that I have 107.4 Vega wallet in my wallet. And this is completely unlocked on testnet. This is Vega that I got from the faucet. It's not in a vesting contract. So if we go over here to vesting, it's not showing that anything is in a tranche or anything like you might see in token.vega.xyz. It's ready to go. And then the other side of this is I need to connect the Fairground token app to my local wallet. So this connection here is the same as what's going on here. So it's connected to a local wallet, Vega demo 1, enter the password, connect, and here we go. So we've got both wallets connected. We've got the ERC20 side of the Vega token and all of that in Ethereum. In this case, Ropsten. So this is not live on a mainnet. This is Ropsten. And then the Vega wallet, which is connected to the Fairground network that you can see here, and not, say, mainnet 1 or some other network that might be run by the community. So next we can move on to trying to stake this, which is exciting. Again, make sure that I've got my wallet there, it's running, it's unlocked. You can see my public key and all of that information there. It says that I'm connected to a Vega wallet. There's quite a bit of information at the top. You can read this, where it tells you about the way that validators and nominators are rewarded. It says that I'm connected to a particular Ethereum address, and I can copy that, which is the same address as what's in my MetaMask here. And if it says you're on mainnet or a different network, you can select them up here in the top right hand side of MetaMask. Again, if you hit any problems, head over to Discord. The team will be very happy to help you or try and solve any issues you're having. So the next step it's telling me is I need to associate tokens with Vega Wallet. We've done a few videos on this before, and we've also run some incentives. But before you can actually stake any of your or delegate any of your Vega to a validator on a network, you need to first associate those tokens with your Vega wallet. And just like I was explaining here, you've got the ERC20 Ethereum side, which is that network. And then you've also got the Vega wallet, which connects to the Vega network with its validators. And by associating those tokens with the wallet, you'll be able to use them within Vega and deploy them, stake them, that sort of thing. So I've clicked on associate. I need to choose how much I want to associate. Handy little use maximum button here on the right hand side, which allows you to approve Vega tokens for staking on Vega. And then once it's been approved, you'll be able to actually perform the association. So much like adding a particular token to your MetaMask, you need to first run a transaction on MetaMask that allows you to say, yeah, I approve this web app to access my Ethereum funds, etc. Just like this. We wait for a little bit on Ropsten, and then once that's finished, there'll be another transaction that goes in which allows you to actually associate that token. Whilst we're waiting, have you got any questions, Sonny?
No, I mean, I think that was pretty thorough.
Yeah, okay, great. Have we got any questions from the Twitch stream, Dagan?
So we've had a lot of discussion over in the Twitch stream. No questions, but we've got someone here who found the wallet last week and has been playing around with it on GitHub and is a big fan. So they're giving a lot of tips as well on ways that users can use it better. Shout out to Zoom 0x.
Nice, that's what I like to hear. You know, I appreciate the love for the wallet, and I'll pass that on to the engineering team. There's a long list of features that I'm sure they're itching to throw in there, so any more, we don't want them getting bored. So yeah,
they were quite impressed that when they downloaded it and unlocked it, their wallet was already there. They just had to, they found their command line wallet from before. So
that is a super
very usable.
Yeah, I agree. Like that in itself was just sort of seamless for me. As long as you can remember your password for your existing Cly wallet, it's just made it really easy. One of the questions that I was thinking people might have is, do I need to remove or uninstall the command line wallet? No, you don't. The uses shares the access to the encrypted keys that are on your machine. It might be that you much prefer using the desktop wallet and you just use that forevermore. But there are features that the command line wallet at the moment can do that the desktop wallet can't. So it might be that in the future you end up going there and doing something just on the terminal for whatever reason that isn't available in the desktop wallet. But they both work side by side. You can see I've got two folders here. I can run them independently. The only note here is I would strongly recommend not trying to run both of them at the same time. It might seem obvious, but someone in our team was talking about how they already had the Vega wallet itself running, and it was running the wallet service, and then they tried to run the desktop wallet, and it got things a little bit confused. So just make sure, look out for that you definitely close one before the other, because they both run very similar protocols. Nothing bad will happen. It just can be that you might get a bit confused as to, oh, I thought it shut it down and it hasn't, that sort of thing.
Chris,
we also have a, okay, you can ask it.
So, I mean, I guess Dave was going to say the same, but we have a question from Twitch, which is, will there be a wallet backup option?
Well, yeah, you can already store your recovery phrase as a backup. That's what we would recommend. That's the primary way most people take care of their access to their wallet. So the recovery phrase itself will let you get onto any machine, etc. Backing it up, you can actually effectively back up all the files and all the information as well. Back up your hard disk, and that will keep a copy of it. So I can speak to the engineering team if they've got any more ideas on how to do that. Please share it with us, but hopefully the recovery phrase will be enough for most people to port between different machines and keep it safe.
They said they mean from within the desktop wallet itself, but I'm not sure what the difference is. If you can use the recovery phrase, maybe you can interpret the question, Chris. So like, will there be a wallet backup option from within the desktop wallet itself? What does that mean?
It's a great question. I mean, as in backing up the private and public key pair, I'm guessing that might be what they're asking. There isn't a feature of like that at the moment, but what if you want that feature, head over to GitHub and add it as an issue, as a feature request, with exactly what you'd like, and I'm sure the team will happily prioritize it or ask for more information, try and add it in. That's the joy of this all being open source, and we're trying to build something that people want. So if that's a feature that is in your heart, pop it in there and hopefully it will get bubbled up on the list of things to do. I'm personally hoping to try and add some code to this wallet and improve it. So maybe that's something I could do, depending on the list of features and things, that requests that people give. There's a bunch of things on the roadmap, and as I mentioned, Sunny hopefully will give a little bit more color for that as we publish that blog article. So hopefully this will appear over here in my Vega wallet very soon. We're just waiting for that to happen on the Vega side. Says it's happened within the Ethereum side. So if you look up here, it says associated with Vega key being ending in BF. So very soon within Vega, hopefully it should appear on the right-hand side and I can then use it. So right now it's still waiting for it to be picked up. It's just picked up automatically by the token website. So what this means on the right-hand side is I've got 107.4 Vega, test Vega in this case, in my Ethereum wallet. If this was locked or in a vesting contract, maybe on a mainnet, then it would tell you that here, and it would show you how much is locked and how much is unlocked, and it would be red and green. And then it will tell you how much of the Vega is associated with a key and give you the last 4 characters of the key, so that you know if you've got it associated with multiple keys, you can see the split there. And then once it's been associated with a particular Vega wallet, which is this one, my local wallet, it will come in here and then you can use it. And it gives you a couple of options: governance, so voting on governance proposals, which I won't go too much into right now, but is one of the key things that we want people to do within the network because it's decentralized. And then staking. So we're already on staking. We've completed step 2. We don't want to disassociate, which would be what you do when you want to stop staking and withdraw any tokens or sell tokens if they're transfer or sell tokens on mainnet. The key thing we can do now is we can select the validator that we'd like to nominate. So you can select as many of these as you want. We've got 107 to nominate to. There are no gas fees within Vega. You can click into each of the validators and see some information about them. We've named them after fairly famous sci-fi or Android characters. So you've got Terminator, etc. But this will probably be the operator of the validator in a mainnet. So quickly, if I want to add some stake, I can click the add radio button, and then I can choose how much. I can click use maximum and then say, well, that's a bit too much. So I think I want to add 17. Can do that. It will do that immediately. There's no waiting, there's no gas fees on Vega. The only wait would be including it in a block. And then we've been through this a little bit before in the incentives, etc. You can then add as much to each of the different validators as you want. So I'll add all 90 to this one. And you can see on the right-hand side that it is all working. So that was it. With a bit of a wait for Ropsten, we got there in the end. And I'm now going to be staking in the next epoch, which is in 30 minutes. So that's it. Thank you, Sunny. Thank you, Dagan, and thank you everybody on Twitch. So yeah, hopefully you can download the desktop wallet, which again is available at github.com/Vega protocol. And you can, like I say, type in desktop here and it will appear. The other way that you could do this is you could just do Vega wallet desktop. And you can see, you can click the second link down which is the docs. And then this is all about how to use it, use an existing wallet. We've got lovely documentation here. That's it. And thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much, Chris. That was a really in-depth demonstration, and we had some issues with Ropsten, but we got there in the end, and the transaction eventually confirmed. I actually had some inside intel from someone in the team. They said they submitted a Ropsten transaction and it confirmed in under 2 minutes. So you were just very unlucky. I think the Ethereum overlords knew that you were doing a presentation, and so they made your transaction extra slow. But yeah, thank you everyone in the audience and everyone that's here attending for coming. Thank you, Sunny. It was really cool to have an introduction to learn a bit more about you. The desktop wallet is now available for anyone that wants to download it, as Chris said. The recording of this Fairground Jam will be live on YouTube sometime tomorrow. We'll probably edit out all of the waiting times where we were waiting for the transactions to confirm, and then we'll share the video around as a guide to the desktop wallet for anyone that wants to use it, but we might film shorter guides in the future. So that's it for this week. Bye guys. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Sunny.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.